So to start, yes, Mami MK. Okay lang ba? Tatawagin ko po kayo. Mami
Of
MK,
course,
or you like
you can call me
lang
Mommy
po?
MK. That's fine.
Ayun. Kasi parang mas kilala yata si Miss MK for Mami MK. Eh.
That's right.
Ayun. So, we have life questions that we would like to for you to answer. So, to start, how do you manage work-life balance? Kasi sobrang dami niyo pong
Hmm.
engagement with work, and then kung, di ba, as a mommy, kailangan din pa, hindi natin mapabayaan yung life natin with the family. And as a multi-awarded social entrepreneur, so how do you manage work-life balance?
When I was in the corporate, work-life balance is not a thing. I just learned about that term when I started working from home. In my first year of being a freelancer, it is hard for me to manage my time, given that I'm still adjusting in terms of the schedule, the work from home setup. My son was just 2 years old at the time. So I can say that I'm still not an expert when it comes to time management, given my 6 years of work from home experience. But I can say that in terms of my mindset towards work life balance as well as time management, it is different now. So before, I still have mom guilt whenever I need to work. Given that my husband and my son was asking for more time from me, but now they learned that for us to be able to enjoy our family time, they really have to be patient in terms of my schedule and at the same time understanding. So what I'm doing now is I schedule whatever work related tasks that I need to do, and even our activities at home. My date nights with my husband, for example. I still go out with my friends. I organize a lot of meetups as well as events in FHMoms so that I can meet new mommy friends and still enjoy my social life. So that is how I balance work and my personal life. If there's anything else that I'd like to do in order to achieve that is to be able to travel more. Though I've been traveling since I started working from home, but I feel that that is my way to achieve that work life balance.
Thank you, Ma'am MK. So, I'd like to emphasize your need to schedule the life and the friends. It's so nice to hear that date nights with your husband is very important. Okay? So, what motivated you, Mommy MK, to become an advocate of women and youth
Hmm.
empowerment?
I think being in this advocacy work, uh, it is an accident because I don't have any plans of having this kind of job, for example, this responsibility. Because when I started FH Moms, all I wanted is to just create a support group so that I can meet new friends and won't be alone when I work from home. So yeah, the moment I realized that I'm building something huge, which is FH Moms with now more than 406,000 members. That was the time that I tried to discover more about my capability of being a leader, and be able to understand doing projects, since I don't have much knowledge during that time when I was just starting FH Moms. I need to learn a lot in terms of doing business. So there's a lot of work on my part, to be honest, in order for the community and our advocacy to be successful.
Learning along the way talaga si Mommy MK. And how has being a millennial mom influenced your entrepreneurial journey?
That's a really good question. By the way, I'm just 28. I started working from home in my which year? I guess in 22, 23, something like that. So working from home at that early age while I'm trying to build my family. We only have one kid, by the way. And that is also the time that I started doing different kind of online businesses. So imagine juggling my work from home job, our businesses and other investment, and then my small family is really hard. Um, Sorry, what's the question again?
Um, how was how has being a millennial mom influenced your
Yeah,
entrepreneurial
about
journey?
entrepreneurship. Okay. So, since being a millennial mom or an entrepreneur in this digital age, it's so easy now to discover new business opportunities because of the internet. My husband, I'm lucky enough that he's also that guy that I can count on, and he researched a lot. He would tell me what to do or what business to open, for example. So we usually brainstorm as husband and wife in terms of our online jobs as well as business. So that's what is nice about having a husband who is also a millennial. We have the same mindset in terms of doing things and in parenting. So yeah, overall, in terms of freelance work and the business as a millennial, I feel that we have an edge because of the digital age.
Thank you so much. So, yung pagiging millennial mom natin is naka
Sorry,
um
I'm too tired with
influence.
my whole day work, so I'm really sorry because I'm lagging right now. But thank you for having me here. I'm really happy.
Thank you, Mommy MK. And to continue, what are your key principles for personal growth and development?
Mm. Um, Number one, I think it's being open to learn new things. Ever since I started um in the digital world, I always say that I'm open to learn new things, even if it's not my what do you call this? Even if it's not my field, or even if I know that it's something that um will be hard in terms of the learning curve. Because I'm not that techy, to be honest, compared to my husband who can, troubleshoot. I'm always open to learning new things. That's one. I think that's one of the values that I'm proud of. Second is being diligent in terms of work. We all know that not everyone is designed to work from home. So whenever I'm given a task or a project, I always do my best to finish it strong, whatever it is. And third, I I know this is usual, like everyone would say this, but uh, I always say that one of my values is being kind. Especially I'm dealing with a lot of moms with different issues. So whenever I do business or even at a personal level, I always say to choose to be kind.
Okay. So, ulitin ko lang yung sinabi ni Mommy MK para sa lahat. Learning new things. And then, yung second is being able to finish strong. And last, yung sinabi ni Mommy MK is to be kind, always be kind. So, ang ganda nung key principles. So, how do you overcome challenges and maintain resilience in your personal life?
Mm. So I mentioned earlier that I have a supportive husband, and even with issues that we have uh as a couple, we just make sure that we have an open communication, and at the same time we would use our personal connections or network in order for us to ask for help. Because even at work, if it's something that I know I can't do alone, I always ask for help. So yeah, so that is how I resolve most of our problems, to identify which of the things I need to delegate or which of the things I need to ask for help.
So Mommy MP emphasized the need for support, okay, and asking for help. Okay, so to continue, punta naman tayo sa work and career life natin, Mommy MP. What advice do you have for aspiring entrepreneurs in building successful startup ventures?
Hmm. So one thing is for sure, it will not be an easy task to to build your own business, especially if it's something new to you. So always remember to do your research first. Ask other entrepreneurs who's in the same industry that you plan to enter. If you can also attend networking events or different kind of programs where you can learn in that industry or in that kind of business, it's better to do that. Because when I started FH Moms, after what 2 years of engagement online and realizing that it can be a business as well, that was only the time that I attended a lot of networking events, face-to-face training, to improve myself. So if there is a chance that you can do that in advance prior to building your business, I think that would be easier for you, especially nowadays that we have a lot of free webinars like this. Yeah, so that's something that you can map out first before entering whatever business is that, just to be safe and be ready.
Yes, thank you. So, you join groups that will empower you in the process din, ano, Mommy and Tia. And how do you approach naman for team building and um, leadership development within your organization? Di ba may organization ka na, Mommy and
Mm.
Tia? So, how do you build your team?
So right now we have our core team members as well as our trainers. So we usually schedule different training programs for them. So either I invite my fellow founders in the startup community, or find someone who can help us in terms of training. We usually meet once a year, to be honest, or twice or thrice if it includes the events that we do. But our team building usually happens by the end of the year, and we don't usually do like a heavy training in that team building. It's just us celebrating our year end milestones. So if it's let's say a face to face team building that includes training and other team building activities, that's something that we're still working on. So yeah, most of the engagements that we do with our core team as well as trainers in terms of their learning, we do it online.
So, online activities talaga si Mommy and
Mm.
Kay. Utilizing the doing the network. Okay, so what are your strategies for navigating the ever-evolving business landscape? So paiba-iba, no, Mami MK? Lagi na lang nag-evolve. So how do you navigate through this?
Sorry, which one is evolving? The business world?
Um, yes, the business landscape, Mami MK.
Business landscape. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So with that, I think the biggest change in terms of the business landscape happened during the pandemic. So for us, if we're talking about the pandemic and the first lockdown, for example, um, I feel that for FH moms, it gave us new opportunities. So it's not a disadvantage for FHMoms as a company, since that was the time that we have to launch our own website. Same week, we were able to close a BPO or call center company client who hired more than 200 employees from us. Plus, we are also forced to launch our computer rent to own program. And these projects or these services, we're expecting that to be launched during that time, for what, 1 or 2 more years. So we accelerated, I can say, in FH Moms because of the pandemic. And with the changes in the business landscape, to be honest, I'm super excited with how it looks like, because before it's so hard for me to explain how work from home setup works. But now it's easy to introduce the business model that we have, our digital products, with our local and international clients, and even in the community.
Congratulations on that, Mommy MK.
Thank you,
So, ang
Kat.
dami ko palang projects ni Mommy MK along the way. So, abangan niyo yan, mga mommies. So, how do you stay motivated, Mommy MK, and maintain a positive mindset in your
Mm.
career?
So I think in my first 2 years, I can say that I'm super duper motivated. I remember going to different places, and even faraway provinces, including Davao, Cebu, Zamboanga, myself just alone, and doing all the trainings, just to be able to reach out to our community members for almost on a weekly basis. So that is how motivated I am during that time. And I think in our third or fourth year, I felt the need to pause, or I feel that I'm somewhat demotivated. And I asked one of my business mentors what is happening to me. And she says that it's very common among founders to have that kind of feeling, especially we've achieved a lot, like literally a lot from all the aspects of doing business. And then after a couple of months of rest, I was able to gain back my motivation. I don't know. I think that the pandemic also adds up to my anxiety or the motivation, I guess. But I'm lucky enough that again I have a supportive husband, a very supportive family and friends, and the time that I went back to doing events where I meet the mommy members, and they literally reminded me that what I'm doing is great, and that there are a lot of people, especially moms, that needs my help and the help of FH Mom. So going back to the question, in terms of regaining your motivation, just go back to your biggest why. And if you feel that you're being demotivated, try to go out and check with the people that you're working with if what you're doing is worth it, or if there's anything else that you can offer aside from what you're offering for, say, the past years. Given that, as I said, I'm already 6 years of serving the community, so I've done a lot of events. Sometimes I'm running out of ideas in terms of projects, but I realized that there's a lot of work to do.
Thank you, Mommy MK. And then, what can you give some key lessons you've learned from your experience as a motivational speaker and trainer? So, what are the key lessons, Mommy MK, that you would like to impart to our audiences?
Key lessons as an entrepreneur, as a freelancer, I guess, like as a parent, maybe. Um, Never get tired of working for your dreams. I know all of us wants to be successful, but let's try to remember that we also need rest. There's a lot of work to do, as I mentioned earlier, but remember that you can always ask for help. There's a lot of people that you can ask for help, and at the same time, a lot of programs. Aside from accelerator programs, I also join pitching competitions where I get grants. I get mentorships for free because of those programs. I get to access a huge network because of the organizations that I work with. So, if there's one key lesson from an entrepreneur like me with no background in terms of running a business or a company and don't have the network at first, it's always nice to expose yourself to the industry you wanted to be in and be patient. Oh my god, that's a lot of tips already. I'll end there. You can summarize that, Jella.
Thank
Thank you.
you. So, kiniklian lang ni Mami MJ, pero she said that you do the networking. So, kailangan may mga kakilala ka pa rin. You connect with people who resonated with you and would help you in growing your business and your entrepreneurial skills, di ba, Mami MJ? So, for that, I will turn you over to Sir AJ for the leadership questions that we have for you, Mami MK. Thank you, Sir AJ. Pasok.
Okay, thank you very much, Jella. And MK, I saw the importance of a very, very supportive husband, no? The personal life also pala affects the success of a person like you. And actually, everybody's success. We need people who will support us. And I saw how you also became successful and have become a leader in the market. So what qualities do you believe are essential ba for effective leadership in the
Mm.
business?
Uh, So I usually get a comment that I'm selfless, I'm generous. So I think that would be my answer. So if you are a leader, if you are an entrepreneur, you have to be selfless, you have to be generous. In my case, for example, we provide digital skills training. Many providers, many mentors or coaches wouldn't mind doing a free webinar or like perform a training, for example, that is totally free. But in my case, I remember doing like a 4 hour free webinar when I was just starting. And right now it's just 1.5 hours. So it's shorter. But what I'm saying is many of our community members or graduates would say that they love being in the community because they are learning a lot. They can find all the resources that they need from our directory, from the free webinars that we have that are recorded as well. So it's so easy for them to learn. Many businesses who are in the education sector wouldn't do that. As much as possible they would just provide the paid courses and their tutorial services that is paid. And if it's a free trial, for example, it's just 15 minutes. But again, in my case, being that selfless and generous, I always exceed whatever our customers or clients are expecting. I still answer comments. I still answer private messages. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I think it's up to you how to figure out. But what I'm saying is, I'm that kind of entrepreneur who will still give effort in order to reach out to our customers or our market.
Okay. So I saw the link, no, because I also heard you mention earlier that you are kind also. Mm, kind. And it takes being kind to be generous and to be selfless.
Exactly. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
connected. Be
And it's
kind and
related to my second question, which is how do you empower and inspire others to reach their full potential aside from being selfless and
mm,
generous pa? How do what other ways pa?
We in FHMoms we have volunteer works, we have internship, and then there are times that I personally invite members with potential to be involved in our event. So I would ask them to do the hosting, the moderation in our virtual event. So meaning to say, I always make sure that everyone is involved and engaged in whatever activities that we do. I'm proud to say that many of our trainers now started as volunteers. So aside from that, we with our entrepreneur moms, we also give them the spotlight with our events through being a booth exhibitor. So that is how I usually do things in order to help them excel and achieve their business goals.
Okay. So I see this in relation to the succeeding question naman, which is your strategies in fostering a culture. How do you foster a culture of innovation and collaboration with your teams? You said kasi that you invite, di ba? Women with potentials. But aside from inviting women with potential, what other strategies pa do you do or do you employ?
Mm. Um, Usually, I would uh, I would literally push them to be outside of whatever box they are in. So I remember whenever I meet our community members who are now very successful, we would talk about the first time that I asked them to be a speaker, for example, or to train something, and that's rush. I mean, it's either on the spot on that event. I think that is magical because they would never forget having that kind of opportunity that they never expected. So
Mm.
those kind of opportunities, I love giving that away, being the generous one. Aside from that, there are also times that I ask them to be part of other programs or events that is not organized by our community. So yeah.
Yeah. And one way of pushing them, you mentioned the term pushing them,
Mhm.
right? And one way of pushing them is allowing them to face challenges, correct?
That's right. That's right.
So, how do you approach decision making and problem solving as a leader? Hmm.
Mm. In
With
terms
them?
of in terms of decision making, before
Hmm.
it's just me who makes the decision, so it's super hard. But the moment I onboarded our COO now in FH Moms, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not because we really have to deliberate. But I'm happy that I have someone now who can help me in terms of decision making. A lot of our team members who are now our core team members also step up of their game because since they know their stuff and they are very much expert with what they do, you know, in terms of sales, marketing, or operations, they can now decide. And sometimes they will just tell me the updates or whatever milestones they have with the decision that they made, even if I'm away, for example, or they can't get my go signal. So I'm happy that I have that kind of team who is proactive, even without me.
AJ, are you still there?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I thought the signal was cut. Um, yes, I saw the teamwork and collaboration in your team. And what advice do you give now for emerging leaders in overcoming challenges and leading with impact?
Hmm. So it's hard to start a business and you have to consider impact. So there's very few social enterprises in the Philippines, and many companies are trying to integrate CSR projects for their entity. But in my case, in FHMoms, even if we are a for-profit company, I always make sure that we still have different programs as well as initiatives that can really help people, because we are serving these moms to be equipped in terms of their skills, and we wanted them to feel that we are all out in terms of supporting them and being true to our advocacy. That's why we also encourage other companies and enterprises to to help us with our goals in terms of social impact. So yeah, it's gonna be a hard task for many companies to have that social impact integration. But definitely, I'm very much open to work with them. I know a lot of enterprises as well that also needs help from, let's say, the government or the private companies, and I feel that it will be better to just work hand in hand, right? So yeah.
And I see if FH Mom is a very big community. So how do you initiate when it comes to community building? No, because you started and not only started, but see you continuously building this community, and it has really become big na. So how do you initiate and nurture meaningful connections within communities within this community? Aside
Mm.
from the strategies that you've mentioned earlier, what ways do you do?
Mm. So aside from the projects that I mentioned earlier, from the digital skills training, to internship, job matching, scholarship, what else? We also do donations of Wi-Fi unit as well as refurbished desktop or laptop. We also encourage other companies. In the last year, we have a partnership with a detergent brand where we conducted a 1 year entrepreneurship course inside our community. So the beneficiaries are still the mothers, and if
Mhm.
there's one thing that I'd like to encourage to share with the rest of our stakeholders, including our members as well as our brand partners, is to never stop thinking of ways on how we can support each other. So whatever project is that, as long as it can help the moms in terms of their skills, their knowledge, and having that capacity to work and earn at the comfort of their home, I'm up for it, and I'm very much willing to explore different kind of projects. And it's a win-win situation, especially for FH moms as a community, and to the brands that we are working with, because it's beneficial for whatever campaigns they have or their brand identity, to have that kind of corporate social responsibility.
Okay, thank you. Can you cite also at least a few projects, one or two probably, in
Mm.
the projects that you were involved in that were
Mm.
very successful and that impacted the community?
So I think if there's one project that I can say that has been very helpful with many of our members, is the scholarship program that we have. So we usually announce when will it be open, but I remember having this specific scholarship program for moms with kids who has autism. So they told us that it's hard for them to provide for the needs of their kids with special needs because of the therapy. So many of them landed an online job, and they can now support the needs of their kids, which is very heartwarming. Um, because of our training programs, a lot of our moms in overseas also went back here in the Philippines because they are earning more. um, Other programs that we have, which is the computer rent to own program during the pandemic, is beneficial for them as the worker or the business owner, and for their kids as well. Since during the pandemic, as you know, the kids also transitioned to online school. So they really have to find a way to be able to get a computer unit. And then, of course, being able to connect our agency partners as well as international company contacts to our community members is something huge. I mean, if it's just few or hundreds of them having a job is a win for all of us. So yeah, we also have an upcoming project. This is not yet launched. But we tried to soft launch it during the opening of the year. However, I have to pause it because I need more funds. But I was able to secure a fund now. That's why I'm super happy. But I still have to wait a few more months to receive the fund. But it's Computer Para Kay Nanay program, which will basically allow us to accept donations of secondhand computers or computer parts that needs to be repaired. We already have the partner technicians, and we also gathered the potential beneficiaries. So it's really up to me when will I launch it and when will I implement it. So everything is ready. I just need the funding to be released. So those kind of projects are the things that we do in FHMoms.
Okay, thank you. My final question na lang, no, before I turn you over to Partner Bless. How do you measure lang the impact of your projects?
Mm. Since we recently transitioned to a new platform, we are having hard time in terms of measuring our impact in FH moms, especially our graduates. We have more than 30,000 students, and the tracking started in 2018. So it's hard for us to backtrack all the data that we have, since again, we transitioned from sole prop to corporation. So when someone asks me about this, I'm always truthful that data collection as well as impact measurement is one of our challenges. But I'm super happy that almost every day I receive messages that they landed an online job. Many of our members would post their success stories, leading for the other community members to be empowered and inspired with the other stories of these moms. So yeah, maybe in our next interview I can give you the data.
Okay, thank you very much. So, given that, Partner Bless, take it away.
Good evening sa'yo. I know you're tired. I just have a few questions na lang. This is about with all the things that you're doing and all the accomplishments. Punta tayo dun sa journey mo pagdating dun sa top 100. But before I do that, I would just like to read a comment that's now on our chat. Wait, nasa chat box siya. Okay. From Raymond Mapalad joining on Lincoln Live, he said, I remember you being an entrepreneur that joined the final pitch.
Yes.
Very strong woman indeed. O yun, sabi ni Raymond. Okay, sige, balik na tayo. Totoo yan, totoo. Okay, the first question would be, what were the key milestones and challenges on your journey to becoming a top 100 Filipino on LinkedIn? Nakita mo ba siya, or how was it announced to you? How did you get the announcement? Yeah.
So Miss Virginia is one of the sought after freelancers in the freelancing community. A lot of our members know her. We collaborated for a few times in FH Moms. I look after her in terms of her LinkedIn account. I can say that my LinkedIn profile is somewhat so how do you say this? I I the my LinkedIn profile is basically inspired by her LinkedIn profile, because as
Very
you know,
nice.
it's hard to optimize your profile. And looking at Miss Virginia's profile, it inspired me to have a better looking profile. So
Yeah.
that's one. So I learned about it with Miss Virginia. A lot of our community members, as well as my friends, both in the freelancing and startup industry, has been tagging me and dominating me. That's why I'm super happy because of the support that I'm getting from the community.
Yeah, and soon again. Okay, how did being recognized on LinkedIn impact your professional growth and network?
Mm.
Kasi I'm
So
sure that's going to be a lot. So tell us the story about it.
yes, I'm always part of the list ever since it started. So I always make sure that I submit my credentials whenever the nomination is open. So I'm just proud that I'm always part of the top 100 LinkedIn professionals in different categories. I mean the general category as well as the women category. In
Yeah.
partnership with Connected Women, and we also have a good relationship with Connected Women, and being part of the list, whatever LinkedIn uses that, is something that I can always brag in terms of doing business with others. Whenever I share that I'm part of this list or I get this kind of awards, it adds to whatever they think about me and the community that we have. So yeah.
Okay. You've mentioned a while ago na more or less there's a pattern, or you more or less uh parang looked at the profile of Miss Virginia Bautista. So what are the strategies, or where are the strategies
Mm.
and approaches did you implement to have a strong presence sa LinkedIn? Kasi if we look at your profile, talagang very strong. So tell us about it.
Yeah. So there, aside from Miss Virginia, I also tried to look other
Yeah.
profiles,
Mm-mm-mm.
and surprisingly, the other profiles that I uh get the inspiration is also her mentee. That's
Yeah.
super fun. And also my friend. That's why I think whatever we have in our LinkedIn profile is we got it all from the Miss Virginia. So yeah. So with my LinkedIn profile, having that very specific milestones in my profile summary, I think is a plus point. And being organized in terms of the articles you wrote or
Mm-mm.
articles that you were featured uh, is also a plus point. And just listing down all the engagements that you've done, like religiously updating your LinkedIn is something that you can consider, because I know a lot of people who doesn't update their LinkedIn profile. So in my case,
Mm-hmm.
I always make sure to visit my LinkedIn profile and still post, if not on a daily basis, at least once or twice a week, so that your connections in LinkedIn would know that you're still there. Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Yun. Okay. How do you leverage LinkedIn to enhance your personal brand? Because this is personal branding na eh. And expand your reach. Because you said 200,000 ba? Tama ba? Or 40,000 women? Oh,
460,000 members. Yes.
460,000. My God.
Almost half a
Almost half a
million.
million. All right. Okay. So did you, how did you do it? How was the personal branding? What were the steps and strategies that you did?
Mm. I'm not really sure. I'm not a personal branding expert, but
Mm-mm.
ever since I established FH Moms, I just stick to what FH Moms is doing, what FH Moms values are, what FH Moms vision is. So yeah, that's why FH Moms and me as a personal entity is just the same. But kidding aside, I think just make sure that your profile is professional. If you follow me on my personal Facebook account, it's not that professional, but the profile itself is optimized. But the
Yes.
post, it's a combination of work and my family. So definitely you won't find freelance or business tips in there, but I share a lot of opportunities as well as events so that my followers and friends can see right away. But of course, in LinkedIn, it's different. It's a different field, so I always make sure that whatever I post is something valuable. As you know, the people in LinkedIn would go there to find value and posting. I know there's a lot of people who still post funny videos or memes but in my case I don't like posting those. So I keep all the memes and funny videos in my Facebook
Yeah.
account and keep all the professional posts in LinkedIn. So I guess that is more effective in terms of connecting with connecting to a bigger network and trying to reach out to professionals.
Mm. I'm interested. MK, with regard to Get Hired and Dropbizz, can you tell us something about?
Yeah. So, Get Hired, it's an automated interview platform. I recently joined Get Hired as a co-founder, and then eventually I became the CEO. So now
Yeah.
I'm CEO of FHMoms and Get Hired. But the reason why I accepted to be the CEO of Get Hired is it is still aligned with what we're doing in FHMom. So being able to endorse our graduates to get hired is uh, an easy task for me, to be honest, since
Yeah.
I invested my time and efforts to FH moms for 6 years, so I think it's best time for me to try other things this time. So that's Get Hired. We the website is up and running. We're launching the app version soon.
Oh, wow. That's
Dropbizz,
nice.
yeah, so with Dropbizz, I joined as a co-founder. I'm in charge of marketing. So I've done my part by launching the platform in our community. We have more than 30 sellers now, and we're looking for suppliers. So I'm
Mhm.
not sure if you're familiar with drop shipping, but
Yeah, drop
if
shipping.
you're not
Mm-mm.
familiar, I can explain it briefly. So all the products or the stocks are not with you as a seller. Everything is in the supplier side, and the supplier will be the one to ship or fulfill or pack the items, and it will be delivered directly to your customer. So it's just you doing the marketing using your own website and own domain. So that is how Dropbiz works.
So all of the moms can go to you and do business with you pagdating dito sa drop
Exactly.
shipping.
So it's
That's
it's it's
very
it's
nice.
like an extension of my projects as well as my vision with FH Mom. Since we can't do all of these things together, we just focus on training now and let Get Hired do the job matching and drop this do the business opportunities for moms through drop shipping.
Very nice, no? Dami mong projects. Very nice talaga. Okay. Um, Now, this part is, where can we get in touch with you?
Mm,
What are
definitely
the platforms? Yeah.
you can get in touch with me in LinkedIn. I still reply in my LinkedIn account. Not that fast compared to my Facebook account, but you can always reach out to me in any social media platforms. You can send me an email. It's mk@fhmoms.com. That's my work email. Um, Yes, you can literally find me anywhere. I also attend a lot of events, so maybe we can meet in person if that's something that you wanted to do. I'm very much open to collaboration. I invite you to hire interns as well as virtual assistants from us. We even work with different organizations to provide them with volunteers or ushers in their face-to-face events, and a lot of opportunities to collaborate for sure.
Okay, another would be, what are the projects that are ongoing right now that you would like to share with us, or the upcoming, if you are already allowed to share with us? So, ano yung mga yon? If
Sorry, I didn't catch
I'm
that.
asking if there are any projects that you would like to share with the community. Yeah.
Oh yes. So recently during the Mother's Day, we organized a face-to-face event in partnership with Araneta City in Quezon City in, what's that?
Yeah,
Fiesta.
tama.
What's, I forgot the
Araneta City.
in
Yeah.
Araneta City. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
Araneta City. So it was attended by 2,000 moms, and a lot of exhibitors went. So we will be doing another one by the end of the year, maybe around November, not in December. It's gonna be another big event. So we're doing two big events in FHMom. So if you wanted to work with us, either as a sponsor or a partner, you can reach out to me. And GetHired, we are planning to organize a job fair. So I'll be posting more details soon. Other projects that I'm open to invite sponsors as well as partners are the computer para kay nanay program. And if you are willing to co-organize a meetup with me in your area or in your city, that's also something I'm considering.
Okay, so that's it, everyone. Questions? Mukhang wala. All right. So with that said, MK, magstay ka muna. Again, we have our multi-award social entrepreneur and community builder, motivational speaker, trainer, and influencer, startup founder at FHMoms, GetHired, and Dropbizz, advocate of women and youth empowerment, and millennial mom. Okay. Hindi lang doon natatapos yon. Okay. Here are the highlights of what we were talking about. Highlights the inspiring stories of mothers who have embraced entrepreneurship like her. Through personal narratives and interviews, she explores how entrepreneurship has positively transformed their lives, empowering them to achieve their dreams and create a positive impact. This one also focuses on the unique experiences of mom entrepreneurs, their challenges, her challenges, triumphs, and the strategies she employed to balance motherhood and business. This program, or our 1 hour interview with her, is to inspire and motivate other women, particularly mothers, to embark on their own entrepreneurial journey and discover the transformative power of entrepreneurship. Okay, so if you are attending, if you're going to be on Team Replay, these are the benefits of what you're going to get from this training or 1 hour interview. Gain insights and inspiration from a multi-award social entrepreneur and community builder. Acquire a practical strategy and tools to empower women's entrepreneurship. Learn from the speaker's experience as a motivational speaker, trainer, and influencer. Discover tips for successful startup ventures from the founder FHMoms. GetHired and Dropbizz. And explore avenues for personal and professional growth through women, youth empowerment, and initiatives. With that said, we would like to thank the following: Mr. Ariel Tolentino, Mr. Laylord Marcelino, Masterminds Institute, Lincoln Local Philippines, and also FHMoms, MK Bertulfo. Thank you very much. Our next guest will be Miss Ace Gapos. That will be on June 1, 2023, 7 to 8 p.m. So if you're going to see it, we are featuring community builders. So with that, we say good night and thank you, everyone. We're gonna see you on Thursday. Mommy MK, stay ka muna po. Thank you. Bye.